Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dear KB. My name is Kristen Brown, and I'm a relationship healing and self-worth recovery life coach, author, and mentor. I'm also the host of the Sweet Empowerment podcast, Reclaiming Your Personal Power, which you can find on all major podcasting platforms. I started out this Dear KB gig because I was receiving a lot of questions in the comments of my videos. And I found it increasingly difficult to type in the little box to answer these questions. So I decided, hey, why don't I just start recording answers to them? And you guys can actually watch personalized responses to your questions. So if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and to hit the bell notification to turn on notifications so that you can be alerted when I upload new videos, not only my Dear KB section, but also podcast episodes and other videos that I share on this channel. So today I'm answering a subscriber's question that is, how do I tell the right man about rough past obstacles I have faced? So I interpret that question to mean, how do I talk about and share that I'm still wounded, that I am carrying around some pain inside of me? Now, this is a really, really important question because you're not the only person that is wondering this. Many times when we're dating, we don't know when is the right time to talk about things. And I will tell you that one of the reasons that stops us from this is because we're fearing judgment. We're fearing that we are going to be seen as broken, or that we're problematic, or that we're bothersome, or that there's something wrong with us. So we withhold vital information about our true self because we're afraid of being judged or actually the person leaving the relationship. But here's the most important part to know about judgment. Anytime that we are fearing judgment from somebody in the outside world is because we are carrying around secret judgment inside about ourselves. We are the ones that think there is something wrong with us because we have experienced some type of pain, some type of trauma or drama, or something that has left a scar on us, a wound on us that is not yet healed. Well, I'm here to tell you that we are all the walking wounded. There is no one who is going to come out of their life here on planet Earth unscathed from some type of painful experience. But it's most important that you own that own experience inside yourself, accept it as part of your life and who you are without judgment. When you start to own your own story and forgive yourself, give yourself compassion, give yourself understanding for these painful places, what'll happen is the fear of judgment from other people starts to fall away. You don't care as much what other people think because internally you have accepted it within yourself. There's a huge energy shift and vibrational shift that happens when we accept ourselves. So the first part I want to say is to be willing to accept yourself and stop judging yourself about your painful places. The second thing that I want to say is that in this question, they say, how do I tell the right man? So right man to me is alluding to a quality individual, somebody with character. And of course, you can change that into saying the right woman or a quality woman. And what I have known from all my travels through life is that quality people will meet you with understanding when you share your vulnerable spaces. Think about this. What captures people's attention the most in media when someone is sharing openly about an experience they've had? And most of the time, in a very vast sense, when somebody is struggling, a lot of people want to swoop in and surround that person with love as they heal through this thing. Why? Because they understand, because they've been there too. And when you share openly with a new perspective, love interest, or partner, what you're doing is you're creating a vulnerable space which invites the other person to be vulnerable with you, which then breeds connection and bonding, and that connection starts to breed trust. So by sharing your vulnerable truths and painful places, what you're doing is actually connecting the two of you together. Now, I need to disclaim that the only time that this really doesn't happen is if you're dealing with someone who is on the narcissist spectrum, which many of you listening to my channel have dealt with that or understand exactly what I'm saying without any sort of explanation, because they make it all about themselves and they just don't want to be bothered with somebody else's stuff. Just because you have run across someone like that, or you may potentially run across someone like that, does not mean there's anything wrong with you, because you have experienced some pain in your life and that you may still be going through. Like I mentioned, we are the walking wounded. There is maybe 100 people on this planet out of 7.9 billion that are truly at the fully enlightened level. The rest of us are not. We are all working through our fears and our pains and our traumas and our dramas and our triggers. We are here to heal. So it's not likely that anybody is going to find somebody that has no pain and no dramas and no traumas and no triggers. But the important part is that we don't withhold this vital piece of information from somebody who is a love interest, because we are not giving them the whole of ourselves. And somehow inside, they're going to sense that, because we are all energy readers. They're going to feel a shift in vibration in those moments that thing, that painful place is arising for you. And if we just say, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, first of all, we're not learning to receive love and compassion. We're not making ourselves matter enough that we can receive love back to us. We are still making it about everybody else in the world. And quite honestly, people feel really good when they can be in service to other people. Quality people love to be in service to other people. So they enjoy actually holding space for you and being there for you while you do your healing. Because it's important to say that nobody can save us and nobody can rescue us. And all our healing work is an inside job. It is up to us. So it's important not to stay stuck in the story, not to stay stuck in the victimhood or whatever the pain might be, but to continue to work forward on your own healing journey so that you can rise and up into the best possible version of yourself that you can be. Because you have experienced some past pain and some traumas and dramas and some betrayals and things that have deeply wounded you, does not mean that there is something wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you, and there is nothing to be ashamed of. Now, the question was posed as how, which means how do I tell them? And I'm going to add also, when do I tell them? I feel like right from the beginning. You know, if it comes up organically in conversation, talk about it. You're going to get a glimpse into that person's character immediately. Are they going to meet you with that? Are they going to understand? Or are they going to leave you? Now, I'm not saying tell 5 minutes into your first date, but as it organically arises, as you start to date and see each other and have what I'm hoping for is really healthy, open-hearted conversations, allow those things to be brought out and brought to the table. It's important that we know each other. That's how really deep connection and bonding is formed. I hope this answers your question. I hope you enjoyed my response. And if you did, please be sure to like and give me another comment. I would appreciate that. And also share with anybody that you think might benefit from this. I also want to let everybody know that my second book, The Recovering People Pleaser, A Spiritual Guide to Reclaim Your True Worth and Attract the Love You Deserve, is due to be released sometime in November of 2022. So tomorrow's November 1st. So very, very soon, this book is going to come out. So if you're interested in the release of that book and when that happens, you can jump over to my website at kristinbrown.org, scroll down just a tad on the homepage, and you will find a box where you can enter your email address, and you will be notified when my book is released. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your questions. And just know if you've already asked me a question, you are in my queue to be addressed. And if anybody else has other questions, be sure to comment under any of my videos on YouTube, and I will hopefully get a notification. Most of the time I do. There's been times that I didn't, and I will put that in my queue and address your question as well. All right, everybody. As always, remember that you matter. So much love. Mwah.